It's time now for the Peter Channel Sunday Morning News on this Saturday morning, June 11th, 2016. Got, got, oh! Good morning to you all on this lovely Sunday morning, June 11th, 2016. There are your news and odds on our top story at 8 a.m. is a tragedy at a young age as Christina Grimmie, a singer known for competing on The Voice, was shot and killed Friday night after concert in Orlando. Grimmie wrapped up the show with before you exited Plaza Live Theater West signing autographs when the man walked up. Four leaders from top progressive groups discussed how Sanders could turn a phenomenal campaign to a lasting legacy. Park City, Utah. Republican fundraisers are beginning to fret that Donald Trump does not comprehend the enormity of the challenge before him. Warning that he fails to execute the basic task of fundraising during a critical 6-week stretch. Eulogies from his widow, children, and lifelong friends followed messages from religious leaders of varied backgrounds and the memo surfacer. Muhammad Ali in Louisville, Kentucky was remembered more as a man than the boxing champion. At least 8 people have been killed by a twin bomb attack at a suburb of Damascus, which is home to Syria's Shia shrine, St. Mia said. Authorities have rounded up at 1,600 criminals. Suspects include a few dozen believed to be Islamic radicals. A nationwide crackdown aimed at halting a wave of brutal attacks on minorities and activists in Bangladesh, police said Saturday. Rod stood 9 in Queen's birthday honors. As the sun set on a cool June evening, members of the Muslims and Islamic Society of Orange County and Garden Grove been on dates that sip pink colored rose milk, their first taste of the food in 16 hours. Daria, a devastated suburb of Damascus, received humanitarian assistance from the Syrian Red Crescent in cooperation with the United Nations World Food Program. Don't joke all you like about Britain's bland cuisine, but I fear country was that love a spicy curry so much. As Britain's curry chief spots a Brexit immigration debate. More than 60 alleged gang members in and around Boston were arrested in pre-dawn raids on Thursday and charged with a range of racketeering and dragging firearms charges connected with a strong criminal pipeline. The campaign removed a judge in separate rape cases gaining steam. Thousands of California gun owners opened to legally carry concealed weapons for personal protection were dealt a setback when the federal appeals court upheld a state law required applicants to show good reason beyond simple safety. A Maryland man newly released for being jailed on a criminal ministry charge was shot by police at the Dallas airport after hitting his ex-girlfriend by a car with a traffic court in the large landscape rocks, police said. Attenborough, more immigrants are starting to become American citizens by the local tutoring program amid a surge in applications at U.S. citizenship across Massachusetts is saboted against a backdrop of a briefing anti-immigrant review from Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump. Ron Rickey headed a literacy center in Attleboro, which sponsors a variety of literacy-related programs that a number of people who studied and passed the citizenship increased from 12 to 250 to 50 less this year, with an additional 14 still studying for the test of citizenship interview. Rick Chiefs would have speculated the presidential reasons for it. Increased interest over the presidential cycle seems to be a motivation. Now, however, hope was at the top of the discussion. Many cancer survivors that still battle the disease Friday night and Saturday morning. The newly 500 people persuaded a really for laugh of Greater Attleboro at the North Attleboro High School football field raise funds for the American Cancer Society. Attleboro Ferry woman charged with revenue influence for the second time in the 24 hours after she was arrested Thursday at Lindsay Street in Attleboro. Tesla Motors Incorporated Friday revised a non-disclosure clause with its customer repair agreements after U.S. regulators took issue with the practice which the electric car maker CEO separately called most customer reports a suspension. Seoul Impulse 2 arrived in New York City on Saturday to complete the latest language efforts to fuel journey across the world. U.S. stocks dropped for a second straight day on Friday out, following another domino process of renewed worries about the global economy. Helsinki Power Plant in Iceland, the world's largest geothermal facility, is now as one of it. Other distinct engines that have shown the carbon dioxide emission can be pumped to the north and change calculated as stored within months. Over the Yang Star, nearly 1,100 light years from Earth flies within and maybe one of the youngest alien planets that has ever detected out of this young exoplanet candidate, which scientists believe is probably a hot Jupiter term used to describe large. Athletes, fans, and health officials are already concerned about a possible Zika virus outbreak stemming from the upcoming Rio Olympics that are meant to have to face another big problem. Superbacteria. United Nations countries committed to nearly doubling the number of people who receive life-saving HIV treatment over the next 5 years at a high level. United Nations conference devoted to entity dates up to about 2032 close on Friday. Your children's 8:05. Time out for a spot report. Last night, the Boston Red Sox defeat the Minnesota Twins 8-1 at Target Field. Sox and the Twins square off at 2:10 p.m. out at the Target Field in Minneapolis. The Warriors stripped the Cavaliers to the least effective offense as they defeat the Cavaliers 108-97. 3 games to win, leading this best-of-7 series. Detroit, 20 hours. The rough and tumble Canadian farmer who was the sound of the toughest made him in NHL. Quintessential star joined the career that lasted in the 50s has died. Kashmir Sabaj won locally reward in the personal Saturday when they shared the spotlight in national table as battle two top teams in the National League West. The Los Angeles Dodgers subsequent shots. Peter Childers 8:06 on this Saturday morning. It's time now for Trevor Report. Let's start off down in Rhode Island, where it's looking good on Wizard, always the Ocean State, Southeast Massachusetts, Cape Cod always out. Looking good. Eastern Massachusetts and Central Massachusetts always out. Looking good. Mass Park in the eastbound side. A little slow around. 291 in Springfield. I-91 on the northbound side. So from South Adelaide to Northampton. Up in Northern New England, Vermont, North Maine always out. Looking good. I-87 the southbound side. A little slow around. Route 11 after the Canadian border. I-87 the southbound side. A little slow around. Between Underwood and North Hudson. New York State Ferry and the eastbound side. A little slow just around I-87 in Albany. But highways and byways, New York State are looking good except the 190 in the southbound side, also after Niagara Falls, New York. Acton, Connecticut, Route 8 in the southbound side, a little slow around. Route 95 in Bridgeport, I-84 westbound side, a little slow around. I-91 in Norfolk, Connecticut. Long Expressway, a little slow around. 278 on the westbound side, a little slow around. The Brooklyn Stretch Road, Long Expressway, 278 in the eastbound side, a little slow. Brooklyn Bridge Tunnel. And Bell Park area, westbound side, a little slow. The Brooklyn Stretch. West Side Highway, a little slow at Route 95 in the Bronx. And Lincoln Tunnel in the eastbound side, a little slow at Manhattan. 95 in the northbound side, New Jersey Turnpike, a little slow at Route 80. Garden State Park in the southbound side, a little slow at Long Branch. 76 out of the westbound side. It's a little slow from Bellis Winning all the way out to Conshohocken, just northwest of Philadelphia. But highways and byways of Philadelphia looking good. In Maryland, D.C., 95 in the southbound side. A little slow at the Baltimore Harbor Tunnel. Baltimore Washington Parkway, a little slow at the Capital Beltway Bowie. Capital Beltway westbound side, a little slow at the Bethesda stretch. 66 in the eastbound side, a little slow around the Arlington, Virginia, Washington, D.C. Baltimore Washington Parkway, a little slow at East Central Washington, D.C. And Route 59 in the eastbound side, a little slow at 301 around Crofton, Maryland. I-85 in the northbound side, a little slow before Route 95 in Petersburg, Virginia. I-85 in the eastbound side, a little slow around Greensburg, North Carolina. Route 28 in the eastbound side, a little slow around Atlanta city limits. 26 out of the northbound side, a little slow from Charleston, South Carolina. Route 95. I-20 in the eastbound side, a little slow around 55 in Jackson, Mississippi. And I-20 in the eastbound side, a little slow between Fort Worth and Dallas. Indiana Turnpike on the westbound side, a little slow. And 465 Indianapolis Beltway. Westbound side, slow both ends. And 96 on the southbound side will slow between Detroit and Ann Arbor. Alright, take a look at MBTA alerts app. Alright, take a look at MBTA alerts. Subway system is looking good. But on the Fitchburg line train 14:06 a.m. from Fitchburg departure. Fitchburg station currently 45 minutes behind schedule. And on the ferries day out, looking good. Peter Childers is now 8:09 on this Saturday morning, and it's time now for a weather report. And look at the radar; it is clear from now, but look to the west here, and it's seeing a lot of showers and storms from central New York, from Syracuse, stretching up St. New York down for Lake Ontario and the northeastern Ontario around Ottawa, and stretching on the western portion of Quebec. curving down north of Montreal, and some spotty rain showers in south-central portions of Quebec, and we're seeing little spotty rain showers from South Cambridge District and West Bolton, Vermont, and down for Bolton, and down for Waitsfield and Ward, Vermont. And we're seeing some spotty rain showers east of Somerset and north of Connellsville, and rain showers around Sunbury, Pennsylvania. And some rain showers west of Frederick, Maryland. Alright, 7-day forecast goes like this. Today, showers likely thunderstorms also possible after 5 p.m. Increased clouds about high about 75 degrees southwest, about 5 to 13 miles, like chest base to 6%. New rain from between 10 quarter days, and about possible thunderstorms. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms likely be for 11 p.m. Then a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms about 3 a.m. Some storms put us every rain. Penchmark after 9 p.m. Otherwise, cost skies and clouds become a podcast about 62 degrees. West about 8 to 11 miles, like chest base to 6%. New rain from miles less than 10 minutes. Check coming out multiple thunderstorms. For Sunday, most of the podcast cover safe for about 53 degrees. Winds to northwest by 10 to 17 miles. A shift to the west by 10 miles by Saturday night. Winds can gust as high as 30 to 32 miles an hour. Monday, most lands covered. Safe with about 54 degrees. Northwest about 11 miles and gusts as high as 26 miles an hour. Tuesday. Sunday, most good skies about 37 about 36 degrees. Wednesday, Sunday, most good skies about 39 about 57 degrees. Thursday, Sunday, podcast skies about 78 about 56 degrees. And Friday, sunny skies about 77 degrees. Currently and not near, it is podcast skies at 61 degrees. Humidity 81%, 60 Celsius. So that's great for the Peter Channel. Sunday morning news on the Sunday morning, June 11, 2016. Pretty safe. Good morning and good positive. Have a good day.